Look, I'm behind the wheel, but there are some downsides too. Let me tell you why. Okay, let me back up a bit. I'm not going to dismiss my progress because I am 100% appreciative and grateful for where I am today, because this is the 12-week mark of my Achilles tendon rupture. Either way, that's where I'm at. And I think the last video was my 6-week mark, showing you I was still hobbling around on crutches, still wearing a boot. So look at me now. No boot, no crutches, and walking, I'd say almost normal. It's taken me a very long time. So just understand, this is my journey of my Achilles tendon rupture. So if you're not new here, welcome back. If you are new here, my name's Joe. I'm a mobility fitness coach helping busy people get lean and fit strong despite your hectic schedule. Now getting back to my Achilles tendon rupture, yes, that's the thing. It's a long progression. So I am so, like I said, I was so happy that I am where I am today because I can move around freely. I have some independence back. My wife is so happy because she is no longer my 24/7 chauffeur, and my kids are happy because they don't need to tag along for every single physio appointment, every single training appointment, whenever I needed to go and have my foot either looked at or training clients. So yes, in my journey, I probably was independent around the 7.5-week mark. I met with a surgeon again, even though I didn't have actual surgery. I still had to follow up with him at the 6-week mark, and he was really happy with my progress. He said I was actually ahead of schedule of where a lot of people would be, so I'm grateful for that. And that only reinforces, even though you can't prevent 100% of the injuries, I think a combination of just me in the industry, because I've been doing a lot of post-rehab for a lot of people with injuries anyways, I think a combination of that being somewhat healthy and fit, and also my physio therapy really helped me get back to functioning more independently quicker. But as I was mentioning, I was mainly independent about 7.5-week mark. So that's my journey. Everybody's a little bit different. So just understand that, like if you do have an Achilles injury and you're not quite there, or maybe you're ahead of where I was, right? Just know like that's about the time frame. So don't push it and be patient. I am able to drive now. I've gone through a long process, but there's still so much more I need to go through. And I only got reminded because the last time I was at my physio appointment, I'm progressing through the exercises, and one of the newer ones was like getting up on my toes like this. And then to try to actually walk on my tiptoes, and I can stand perfectly, or I can be on my toe perfectly fine on my left leg because that's my strong leg, but my right foot, as soon as I even attempted to try to put all my weight on there, I instantly knew I could not do it. There's no, like, the strength is not there. It would totally just collapse. So I didn't even attempt to do that because I could just feel it that it was not going to be a good idea to be pushing it quite this far. But then I was able to do other exercises more easily, so that I was surprised with. I could totally do squats now, coming up and down. I can do double leg calf raises, meaning I can rock from my heel going right up to my toes on both legs. Yes, I'm not putting 100% 50-50 weight shift on both legs. I still probably doing more about 80%, probably about 70, I would say 60 to 70% on my strong leg, and about 40% on my weaker leg, but it's getting there. The gap of strength is definitely closing. So my right leg is progressing well, and hopefully it'll get back to where it was before. You can clearly see the difference with my left leg versus my right leg in terms of muscle mass size. When you don't use your body for a period of time, and for me, it was a lot of hardly any weight bearing on my right leg for close to 5 weeks or so. So it just goes to show how quickly you can lose muscle mass if you don't do anything, and how much it can really impact your overall quality of life. Because when you're not strong, you won't be able to move as round as well and as quickly, and everything's just a little less stable. And if you're wondering if I still have any kind of swelling or any discomfort in my Achilles area around my ankle, 100% yes. My foot still swells up. So there are times where if I'm using it a little bit too much, like I'm teaching a class or I'm out and about, just walking on it a bit more than usual, my ankle and my leg does start to begin to swell. So it does now make it more uncomfortable. Is it as uncomfortable as it was maybe, 3-4 weeks ago? Definitely not, right? Like the swelling has definitely come down, but just to let you know, don't think like that the swelling just disappears once you start walking and everything is fine, because it's not. Like the ankle still will swell up, and you will still feel certain, wouldn't say pains, but for me, I still feel a little bit of discomfort around the Achilles on either side of the tendon sometimes if I'm working it too much, right? There's some tingly feeling, but I think it's all the same. But I do think that's a good sign, because it means like that I'm working it, and as new tissue builds, right, there is going to be some discomfort along the way. If you're wondering some of the exercises that I've been doing to get up to this point, here are a few that I've been doing diligently. So this is like not just once a week, right, when I'm at physio. I'm actually doing these at home. So, and they're not long routines. They're maybe like 5 minutes to maybe 10 minutes. And I don't do them daily, maybe 3 times a week, sometimes 4, depending on, if I remember and how my body feels. So I'm a big proponent on keeping your foot moving during this time. Doesn't mean you're gonna go crazy on it, doesn't mean you're gonna put tons of weight on it, but any mobility and movement that you continue to do helps with building the strength and stabilizing your ankle and just repairing that Achilles a little bit faster. So far that's my road to recovery and the things that I've been doing to help myself get there. And if you're still watching until now, here's a little bonus thing. Even though I was doing all those exercises, I did get sent a lot of different not a lot, but a handful of different items that are like pieces of equipment to help me along on my road to recovery. So in my past videos, you've seen things like the knee scooter and the iWalk knee crutch. So those are all great pieces of equipment, tools like that I use to just give me a little bit more independence when I needed it. However, this is one of the tools that I'm using currently, which is a scraper from StayFitAnywhere. So I'm going to be reviewing this product in an upcoming video and showing you how I'm doing some soft tissue work on my Achilles area to help speed up the recovery process. And is it a great tool to have? Well, I guess you're gonna have to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification so you know when I release that next video. So stay tuned for the StayFitAnywhere review. So don't be discouraged if you're not progressing at the same speed as I am, or maybe you're further ahead, because we're all on a different journey. If you are frustrated and you're angry and you want to talk about it, please drop me a comment. I'd be happy to, just chit chat with you, because I do understand how frustrating it can be when you're dealing with something that, you've probably never dealt before, and when your independence just all of a sudden disappears because, you frankly cannot do 80% of the things that you used to, and now you're relying on everyone else, and you're doing the best you can just to hold it together in your own head. So I totally get it. So drop me a comment. I'd love to hear from you.